Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Soulful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over these 12 players that came out for the 94 Flashback event. I know this video is just slightly later than maybe you guys would have liked it to be, but I had a bunch of stuff to do this week, and I figured it was more important to get to the subscriber reviews earlier rather than these 12 cards, especially since most of them really aren't that great. There's a few that are probably worth picking up. We're going to go over all 12 of them. I'm going to give them in-depth true reviews and kind of let you know which ones to go after and which ones to avoid. And I will say that the avoid list is much larger than the actively obtained list out of these 12 cards. Let's get into it. Uwe Krupp. Krupp played all over the NHL on numerous different teams. I believe he won a Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche in the 90s. This is his New York Islanders card. He's obviously still wearing a Detroit Red Wings jersey in the picture because EA Sports, I guess, is too lazy to find him in an Islanders jersey. He's 6'6", 255 pounds, right-handed shooting. He has 1 point for barrage and 2 points for workhorse. I will say all these cards have 1 point for team synergy, 2 points for player synergy, just so you guys know when you're not surprised when all the other cards are the same thing. As for barrage, what it does is going to be slap shot accuracy, slap shot power, offensive awareness, and aggression. And then workhorse is acceleration, balance, endurance, and durability. What I will say about this Krupp is I don't even think he's worth taking a look at. I think he's like 35 or 40K. Absolute waste of coins. I'm going to give this guy 1.5 Chewies. I'm not going to go super in-depth about this card. You can just look at it. He's too slow, 82 speed, 81 acceleration. His shot is hard, but it's inaccurate. He doesn't have good hands, and his checking category is literally only 89 defensive awareness, 88 stick checking. Even at 86 overall, he's not worth the 40K. 100% would avoid this card. We're going to give him 1.5 Chewies. I know this wasn't super in-depth review as I do with some of these other Chewy reviews, but it's not even worth talking about this card that much. I would not even go after him, even as a budget guy. Curtis Joseph. Longtime starting goaltender in the NHL, Curtis Joseph, a.k.a. Cujo, 5'11", 109 pounds, wears his trapper on his left hand. He has 1 point for balance, 2 points for heart and soul. Another goalie that honestly, even at 88 overall, I would avoid. He does have pretty decent attributes, though, but the heart and soul is just not really worth for the synergy that you get out of your goaltender, so you're really getting 1 point of balanced out of him. I think that's terrible. He's not too expensive because the synergies aren't great, so I guess if you're a really big Cujo fan, go out and get this card. I do think he'll play pretty well because typically Curtis Joseph cards play relatively well, even though he's a little bit shorter, 5'11". He has 90 glove high, 88 stick high, 90 glove low, 89 stick low. Then for his quickness, he has 89 speed, 88 vision, 91 agility. He also has 89 for both rebound control and shot recovery, 76 aggression. So overall, his attributes look pretty good. I just think with these synergies that he's not worth picking up. And because of this, I'm going to give this Curtis Joseph 2 Chewies because the attributes are pretty good. He does have 1 balance, which I guess would be the same as picking up a gold card. His price isn't too expensive, but the 2 heart and soul just really hurts this card. So I would avoid this card as well at all costs. As I already mentioned at the beginning of the video, there is a lot of guys that are not worth picking up in this set of 12, and Cujo's one of them. Owen Nolan. The longtime San Jose Shark, even though this is his Quebec Nordiques card, Owen Nolan, he's 6'1", 211 pounds, right-handed shooting. They have him playing wing. He can sometimes slide into play center because from time to time he'll have decent face-offs on a lot of his cards. This is not one of his good cards. He's absolutely super slow. But he does have speedster, which helps him a little bit, but it only bumps up to 85 speed. Honestly, I would avoid this Owen Nolan as well. Just like I said, you should avoid that Uwe Krupp because I just don't think that this is a good card. His shot's okay, his hands are like good, but it's just not worth it. He's too slow. I'm giving 1.5 Chewies. We can go over him more in depth, or if you have questions about him, leave comments down below. I really think that this guy's not really worth wasting my breath on going over the card. I'll say skating's terrible. His shooting is average to above average. His hands are above average. His checking and defense is average to above average. There you go. In-depth true review for this Owen Nolan. I can't believe they're coming out with cards like this late into the game. Like, what are you going to do with this card? Like, 85 speed max with speedster, it's infuriating, to be honest with you. I don't know what else to say. I don't know why they would even... Like, you see an 87 Owen Nolan, and you're like, oh my god, this Owen Nolan's going to be nasty, and then you open it up, and it's 81 speed. Claude Lemieux. Lemieux's 6 foot tall, 250 pounds, right-handed shooting. One of the dirtiest players ever played in the NHL. Played all over the league because he was obviously a tough physical guy, and it was the 90s. I even think he might have played in the late 80s. But he was just a gritty player. Looking at this card, he has 1 point for distributor, 2 points for wingman, so actually pretty good synergies. He has the distributor, which gives you speed, passing, puck control, and durability. The wingman gives you acceleration, wrist shot accuracy, and passing. What I will say about this Lemieux is he's way too slow too, so he's not really a card worth picking up. But let's go over him a little bit. He's 83 acceleration, 91 agility, 91 balance, 90 endurance, 83 speed. His shot is 88 for the slap shot and wrist shot accuracy, 89 for slap shot and wrist shot power. His hands are 87 deking, 93 offensive awareness, 87 hand-eye, 91 passing, 90 puck control. His defense is 90 body checking, 88 strength, 92 aggression. His checking is 93 defense awareness, 91 shot blocking, 93 stick checking, 76 discipline. What I will say about this Lemieux, because he does have really good synergies, if you really want to put him on your fourth line because you pack him and you just need to fill out the distributor for right now, or even the two wingman, I guess you could do it. He still skates really slow. I would personally avoid him at all costs, in my personal opinion. But I'll give him 2.5 chewies because there's a chance that I guess you could use him as the fourth line, left or right winger, because you need to get distributor and wingman, and he just perfectly fits in there. Then by all means, I guess go for it. But a very unique use case here, and I would still avoid him because he's just too slow. Even if you get to the 86 speed and you have the wingman and spark, I just don't think he's a good enough card, especially not for the price you have to pay for him. Charlie Huddy. Huddy was a 6 foot tall, 210-pound, left-handed shooting defenseman. He played all over the league as well, just like the last couple guys we went over. He has 1 point for Swarm and 2 points for Howitzer. So what Swarm gives you is agility, hand-eye, defense awareness, and stick checking. The Howitzer gives you agility, speed, slap shot, and wrist shot power. So he has very good synergies, just like the Claude Lemieux we just went over has. Same issue, though. Slow skater and the rest of his attributes, they're like average to above average. So you're looking at the card right now. He's 82 acceleration, 85 agility, 89 balance, 86 endurance, 82 speed. His shooting is 90 for slap shot and wrist shot power. His slap shot and wrist shot accuracy is 82. His hands are 80 deking, 89 offensive awareness, 82 hand-eye, 87 passing with 84 puck control. On the defensive end here is 87 body checking, 88 strength, 87 aggression. The checking is 91 defense awareness, 87 shot blocking, 91 stick checking, 73 discipline. So he actually has relatively decent attributes, as I already mentioned, outside of the skating and shooting. The skating's even worse than Lemieux is. This is another card I kind of avoid, but he has decent synergies. So I'll give him 3 chewies just because of the Howitzer. Takes 6 people and you get 2 points in Howitzer. You could try to hide him in your third defensive pair if you wanted, and he has Swarm. He has decent defensive defenseman type of attributes, but I still don't think it's a great card. He's also very cheap for somebody that you can get 2 Howitzer for. I think he's only about 30K. So that's really what it is. He's actually the cheapest out of the last 5 cards I just went over, besides the Uwe Crump, who is absolutely useless. But Huddy could be, I guess, kind of used, because if you get the Howitzer, you'll get up to 85 speed. Then you can get Distributor, you'll get up to 88 speed. So you have the right synergies. Could be usable. Either way, though, we're going to go with the 3 chewies, and that's only because he has really good synergy. Cam Neely. The longtime Boston Bruin, Cam Neely. He's 6'1", 218 pounds, right-handed shooting. He has 1 point for Spark and 2 points for Speedster. The Spark gives you acceleration, body checking, strength, and discipline. The Speedster gives you speed and wrist shot power. So he has premier synergies. 91 overall. He has great attributes outside of his actual skating, but the fact that he has Speedster and the Spark, you can get him up, if you have just these 2 synergies activated, to 89 acceleration and 89 speed, which is more than sufficient for skating. I will say that. It's not great for the price you got to pay for Cam Neely, though. That's the biggest problem with this card, but I'm going to try to not judge him too much on his 400,000K price, because I don't really think he's worth that. Looking at skating, he's 85 acceleration, 90 agility, 93 balance, 90 endurance, 85 speed. His shooting is 94 slap shot and wrist shot power. His slap shot and wrist shot accuracy is 93. His hands are 97 puck control, 92 passing, 93 hand-eye, 93 offensive awareness, and 91 deking. His defense is 94 body checking, 94 strength with 93 aggression, so he's definitely going to crush people and open icing along the boards. His checking category, 91 defense awareness, 87 shot blocking, 92 stick checking with 83 discipline. Don't mind it at all. Overall, I think this is a very well-rounded card. He is a little slow, and you have to know that going in. Do I think he's worth the price that he's selling on the market? Absolutely not. But we're going to take out the factor of the price and the fact that he has really good synergies and the rest of his attributes are really good. So if you boost him with the Distributor, Spark, and Speedster, he has more than enough agility at 90, especially at 6'1", 218 pounds, to get away with it. He's probably one of the best power forwards in the game right now. I don't think he's the best, because I do think somebody like Mark Stone, who I know is not labeled as a power forward, he might be. I think he's a sniper, though. Is probably like the best power forward type player. But this Cam Neely, I think you can get away with it. I wouldn't pay him for the price, but we're going to go 4.5 Chewies, even though I think he's an overpriced card. I do think this is the best out of those 6 veterans or retired players. I think this is the best card out of the alumni players by far. I don't even think the other 5 guys in the alumni players are even usable. I think you have to, if you want to use an alumni guy from this set of 12, it has to be Cam Neely. The other 5 guys are pretty useless to me, in my personal opinion. Josh Bailey. The 6'1", 200-pound left-handed shooting Josh Bailey plays for New York Islanders. He has 1 point for heart and soul, 2 points for wingman. I'll go over what the heart and soul is real quick since we haven't yet. It's balance, endurance, shot blocking, and faceoffs. The wingman gives you that acceleration, wrist shot accuracy, and passing. This card has 86 acceleration, 86 speed, 89 agility, 88 balance, 87 endurance. It's not good enough skating-wise to spend a significant amount of coins on it. I'd rather you go out and find some other players a little bit faster if you're going to spend coin on somebody that's 87 overall. His shooting is 86 for slap shot and wrist shot accuracy. His slap shot power is 88. His wrist shot power is 87. His hands are 89 across the board except for his hand eye is 88. Then for his defensive categories, 87 body checking, 88 strength, 85 aggression. His checking is 88 defense awareness, 86 shot blocking, 89 stick checking, 80 faceoffs, 91 discipline. So he's pretty good as a two-way forward. I would still avoid him. He doesn't have a good team synergy. His player synergy is just average to above average. I'm going to give this Josh Bailey 2 Chewies. I don't think he's that great of a card. I really do think he's too slow. Vladimir Tarasenko. The 6'tall, 225-pound left-handed shooting Tarasenko has 1 point for Swarm, 2 points for Magician. What Swarm does, as we've already mentioned, agility, defense awareness, stick checking, and hand-eye at +4. Magician is agility, deking, and puck control. Magician is really good, especially if you pair it with guys like Joe Sakic, who when they get Magician at that 87 overall Joe Sakic card becomes an absolute stud muffin. When you have some other synergy, Swarm is obviously a good team synergy. I know I hype up Swarm a lot. I just really think defense awareness and stick checking is huge for the meta in this game. Looking at his skating, he has 90 acceleration, 93 agility, 88 balance, 88 endurance, 90 speed. He has one of the best shots in the game. 93 slap shot accuracy, 91 slap shot power, 95 wrist shot accuracy, 92 wrist shot power. And I think he has one of those shots, especially his slap shot, that's very fast and it seems to be accurate. His wrist shot seems to score a lot more goals than some other players' wrist shots. Maybe it's all in my head. I really do think it's kind of like swings in MLB The Show, where there's just certain guys that have better wrist shots based on just the mechanics of the wrist shot. Sidney Crosby is definitely one of them. This Tarasenko, I think, is another one of them. For his hands, he is 94 across the board, except for his deking has a +1 bump at 95. His defense is 83 body checking, 88 strength, 83 aggression. So not too bad in numbers. He's not a big checker, so it makes sense that his checking number is not huge. As for checking, he has 80 defense awareness, 81 shot blocking, 90 stick checking, 89 discipline. If this Tarasenko had just slightly better synergies or slightly better attributes, I'd probably give him 5 Chewies. Actually, guess what, guys? I'm still giving him 5 Chewies. This card's phenomenal. He has a top-tier team synergy, Magicians, and an average to above-average player synergy. Other than a little bit of skating where maybe he could be a little bit faster, this card's filthy. And okay, so what? He doesn't body check people? You don't get Tarasenko to bang people on the boards or hit people in open ice. You get Tarasenko to score Genos, and that's exactly what he's going to do with his filthy shot, his nasty hands, and his above-average skating. You get distributor and spark on this guy. He's going to be flying around the ice anyway, or he's just going to be setting up in the high slot or somewhere in front of the net, scoring goals, because that's his job. 5 Chewies, and that's what I'm going with. Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen has been on a tear in the NHL. I believe he leads the league in goals scored still. If you watch this video and he doesn't anymore, well, he did whenever I made this video. He's 6'4", 215 pounds, left-handed shooting. He plays for the Colorado Avalanche. He gets to play in the same line as Nathan McKinnon, and they just tear it up. He has 1 point for spark, 2 points for workhorse. His spark is going to give you acceleration, body checking, strength, and discipline. The workhorse gives you acceleration, balance, endurance, and durability. So the big thing is if you get both of these activated, he's at 93 acceleration. He can get up to 89 speed with distributor. Not the fastest guy. He is a sniper, not a power forward though, so it's a little bit disappointing that his speed is maybe not 1 or 2 attributes higher. 1 or 2 attributes higher, we're having a little bit slightly different conversation here. Looking at his shooting attributes, he has 92 for his slap shot, power, and accuracy, 93 wrist shot accuracy, 91 wrist shot power. Hands are very good like that Tarasenko though. 93 deking, 94 offense awareness, 93 hand-eye, 93 passing, 94 puck control. Defensive category, 85 body checking, 89 strength. So he can throw the body a little bit, but not as much as maybe you'd want a 6'4", 250-pound guy to do. And then he has his checking category, 90 defensive awareness, 86 shot blocking, 92 stick checking, 84 discipline. So I really like the full build of this Rantanen, he is a little bit slow in my opinion. 89 speed doesn't really get it done, especially not for a high-end 90 overall card. Because of that, he has good synergies. I'm going to give him 4 Chewies, but I lean a lot towards the 4.5 Chewies on this card as well. But we're going to officially go with 4 Chewies. I think if he maybe had like Distributor instead of Spark or Swarm, I would lean even heavier towards the 4.5 Chewies. I think the fact that you're like double stacking on acceleration definitely makes him quicker whenever he gets the puck. But I would like to see just the Spark at 4 and then maybe a way to, even like a Speedster. If he had Speedster or Howitzer on top of the Spark, it'd be a lot better. I think that you have to do something to get his speed up a little bit more to make him a little bit more viable. That's why we're going with 4 Chewies. But I really do think this card might end up being way better than the 4 Chewie rating. Ryan Murray. The former first-round draft pick by the Columbus Blue Jackets now plays for the New Jersey Devils. Ryan Murray, he's 6'1", 205 pounds, left-handed shooting defenseman. He has 1 point for Distributor, 1 point for Workhorse. Distributor gives you speed, passing, puck control, and durability. Workhorse gives you acceleration, balance, endurance, and durability. Honestly, he has great synergies. They're phenomenal, but you're getting really close to his synergies that we just seen in the Rantanen, and he has the same speed, and I kind of told you that I don't know if he's fast enough. I think on a defensive end, this Ryan Murray is definitely not fast enough, especially not 6'1". He doesn't have a long enough stick. That's really going to hurt this card. You have 86 acceleration, 88 agility, 88 balance, 92 endurance. Great endurance number, though, for a defenseman. 86 speed. His shot is garbage. This dude might as well go in a trash can with Oscar the Grinch because this shot is just terrible. His hands aren't good either. We'll get there in a second. 79 slap shot accuracy and 86 overall. What, he can't hit the broadside of a barn? 88 slap shot power. Great slap shot power. He's going to hit it super hard and it's going to go over the glass. Way to go, Ryan Murray. 80 wrist shot accuracy, 87 wrist shot power. His hands are 85 deking, 85 offense awareness, 81 hand-eye, 88 passing, 84 puck control. The defensive category, 86 body checking, 88 strength, 85 aggression. Not terrible, but not great for what you're really looking for, especially if your guy is as slow as this Ryan Murray is. His checking is 89 defense awareness, 88 shot blocking, 90 stick checking, 86 discipline. Those numbers aren't that bad, to be honest with you. Overall, because he does have the Distributor and Workhorse, I really like that, but I'm going to have to give him 3.5 Chewies. There's just no way to justify giving him 4 Chewies. And honestly, that 3.5 Chewies, unlike the Rantanen where it kind of leans up, this leans down. If he didn't have these good synergies, honestly, I don't know if I'd even bring up this Murray. He'd probably be tickling 3 Chewies. He wouldn't even be close to 3.5 or relatively even close at all to 4. Because this guy's just too slow. His shot's all over the place. His hands aren't great. You're just really looking at him for a defensive defenseman, and I don't think he's worth that because I still think he's a little bit too slow. And he's coming at a hefty price because of his synergies. And that's the only thing that makes this card any good. I think he's overpriced as well. We're going to stick with the 3.5 Chewies, though. So I added this on after I went back and looked at the market real quick. And I will say his price is actually pretty fair, about $70K, $65K. When I first looked at the card earlier today, there wasn't many in the auction house. I guess people must have looked at him and seen, oh, he's not really worth $150K because no one was buying him. But earlier in the day, he was like $150K, like all over the place. And he's not worth that. 65K I can see because of his synergies, so maybe he is worth the pickup at that price. Maybe he plays above his attributes, I don't know. Alex Iafallo. Iafallo plays for the Los Angeles Kings. He's 6 foot tall, 188 pounds, left-handed shooting. Honestly, I think I'm going to give him a nickname here. We're going to call him Teen Wolf because it looks like he could be the star in a Teen Wolf movie. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember the Michael J. Fox movie with Teen Wolf where he ended up playing basketball or whatever. Alex Iafallo, he got the hair going back. He got the little bit of stubble. He could easily turn into a werewolf. He has 1 point for Barrage, 2 points for Wingman. Barrage is good for your slap shot. Gives you slap shot accuracy and power, offensive awareness, and aggression. The Wingman's going to give you the acceleration, wrist shot accuracy, and passing. He has a bottom tier team synergy. It's not Heart and Soul where it's absolutely useless. It can be useful. And then he has Wingman for 2 points, which is a pretty good player synergy for the card itself. He has 84 acceleration, 89 agility, 86 balance, 89 endurance, 84 speed. His shot is 84 slap shot accuracy, 88 slap shot power, 85 wrist shot accuracy, 87 wrist shot power. His hands are 85 across the board, other than offensive awareness and puck control is 86. His defense is 86 body checking, 86 strength, 82 aggression. Checking is 87 defense awareness, 82 shot blocking, 86 stick checking, and 77 discipline. He has 72 faceoffs. He's a wing, though, so you're not going to have to deal with that. I'm going to give this guy 2 Chewies because, honestly, I think he's way too slow, first off. Second off, the rest of his synergies aren't that great for an 85 overall. I'd rather you guys go pick up one of the Master Icon players that are the old school guys, their bronze version of the bronze version of their card. You could pick up like Mike Gartner or any of those guys and spend, maybe you have to spend double of what this Iafallo is, but at least that guy be in your lineup. This Iafallo is not very good. We're going to stick at the 2 Chewy rating. Matt Grizzly. The man that has to fill the skates of Torrey Krug this year, Matt Grizzly, 5'9", 174 pounds, left-handed shooting. He's actually built exactly like Torrey Krug. They probably could have gave him number 47 and people won't even know the difference, to be honest. He's 1 point for balance, 2 points for howitzer. The balance is going to give you endurance, wrist shot power, deking, puck control, and defensive awareness. The howitzer gives you speed, agility, slap shot, and wrist shot power, +3. So I think balanced is a pretty good synergy. I think it's one of those ones where it's kind of equal with Swarm and Spark, in my personal opinion. And then howitzer for 2 points, great player synergy. I think it is kind of important to have 2 points for howitzer because it takes 6 guys to get it if it's 1 point apiece. Looking at the skating, it's 86 acceleration, 91 agility, 87 balance, 94 endurance, 86 speed. The shooting is 83 slap shot accuracy, 91 slap shot power, 84 wrist shot accuracy, 91 wrist shot power. His hands are pretty good. 90 puck control, 90 passing, 85 hand-eye, 89 offensive awareness, 89 deking. He's not a big-time body checker, so he only has 82 body checking, 85 strength. The checking categories, 91 defense awareness, 90 shot blocking, 90 stick checking, 95 discipline. So I really like the checking category there. He's definitely going to have a good stick check, good shot blocking, defense awareness. He's a smaller guy, 5'9". So you have to think about that. His stick's not going to be super long. He does have a slight speed issue, but with the howitzer, he gets with the 89 speed, which makes him a lot more palatable to me. With the howitzer and the balance, I'm going to give this card 4 Chewies. I think he's going to skate very well. He's going to have a very hard shot. It's going to be a little bit inaccurate. If you have Distributor and Spark on this card, you're going to get to 90 acceleration, 92 speed. I think that's more than sufficient. And he's going to be very agile with the howitzer as well. And he has balance, which is a relatively good team synergy. We'll go with the 4 Chewies on this card. And he's in a decent price range. Boys and girls, that's going to wrap up the review of these 94 flashback cards that came out. It's the first set of 12 that are going to come out. We got 2 weeks of this. There's going to be one that drops, well, I guess today by the time this video comes out, as well as Friday this week. And then the following Monday, we're going to do in-depth review on all 3 of those drops as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it helps you decide that some of these guys just aren't worth even looking at. Some of the ones that might be worth looking at still aren't worth looking at. Well, that's not true. Some of them are actually very good cards. But I do want to say that guys like Mikko Rantanen, they need to fit in your team perfectly, or the Cam Neely. Don't just go out and get them because you're like, oh, 91, 90 overall. Like, just because these guys have big numbers on the front of their cards doesn't mean that when you start looking in depth that they are automatically great cards. So just think about that, especially like look at the Claude Lemieux. He's 89 overall, and he's a terrible card in my personal opinion, especially for an 89 overall. As always, I appreciate all you guys' support. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this channel with any of your friends that play NHL 21. You guys have a great day and be safe.